Hi guys, it's Shane here. I got a little bit of a teaser video for you guys, a quick video just to show you what I've been working on for the community setup. I've got a little test setup here with a 24-inch monitor up top and a little 14-inch garage sale monitor on the bottom. I'm going to be having hyperspin down here, and our hyper marquee setup is going to be coming up here. And I got myself a little arcade gun that I built out of a couple Zinmo boards and a bunch of spare arcade buttons that I had laying around. So let's get started and I'll show you what I got here. So basically this is a project I've been working on for 4 days solid. I mentioned to Chris that I was setting up Hyper Marquee and EDS. And he had mentioned that some people in the community had inquired about it and they were looking for it on the drive. And here it is, guys. Here it is for your arcade machine, your main project, your bar top, whatever it is you want. You now have Hyper Marquee, and this will be on the drive right away. It's about 3.7 gig zipped for everything. I just uploaded that to Mega, and I just linked Chris in. So shouldn't be too long, guys, before this is on the drive. So you can see initially what it's going to do is it's going to take whatever wheel art that you have, and it's going to shoot it up to the marquee. If there isn't specified marquee art or banner art or placement art, place card art. So for the main wheel, you can see that's what it's doing. Now when you go into MAME, most of the marquees are there. And you can see there's going to be 3 different marquee windows, guys. The first marquee window is going to be your marquee. Your second window is going to be a description, and that's going to be pulled from your data folder. There's going to be some info files. And I believe there's about 56 or 58 info files there. So, you know, 1/3 of the systems have it. And the top window is going to be your high scores. So I'm going to have to go to my favorites for that, as this is a new setup. Now, the way that I've worked this is if it doesn't find wheel art, what it's going to do is it's going to pull up, I think, a secondary or a third source, which is going to be CD's art file that he came up with for MAME wheel art. That's on our drive. And what CD's done, it looks like he had some sort of batch file, and he came up with this really slick setup. Here's one right here. Player's Choice Rad Racer. So if you look here, you can see that in the background it's got this kind of layer in the back, which looks pretty slick, and it's got this like rainbow box around it, and it just frames it really nicely and really kind of looks like a nice marquee. Everything else, though, for the most part, I've scoured the internet and found some really nice HD banners for you guys. It looks really, really slick. So anyways, I'll go into my favorites and show you some stuff there. Oh, I don't know if I hit it there. Yeah, there we go. So basically, and I'm going to my favorites just to show you what the high score DAT file, how that pulls and how that looks. Give me one sec, guys. So every once in a while, it might get screwed up. If it ever gets screwed up, if you press too many buttons at once, it won't feed the data. I just exit out, give it a few moments, it'll catch back up to speed, and then you're good to go. Just like if you're loading a MAME file, like a ROM, if you're button smashing, the computer gets confused, doesn't know what you want, and it'll freeze up or throw something weird at you. It's the same thing with your marquees, guys. When I went to get into my favorites, there is button mashing, trying to film at the same time with just my iPhone here, phoning with a potato. So, okay, so I'm going to go back into my favorites. Once I'm in my favorites, you can see how the info file works. Works really slick, guys. You can play with the text. There's 7 custom like LED scrolling texts that are included in EDS. And if you want, you can choose those. I found some of them run slow, some of them run, you know, ultra fast. You can play with it and see what you like. This is just an example of, there we go, there's a text file. So I played a little bit, played me a little bit of Rastan for a moment. One of my favorite games. I know some people don't like that game. I fucking love that game. I spent a lot of money on it as a kid. Same with Shinobi. Oh, that's a really cool marquee, guys. This Pac-Mania. It's got this like 3D, must have been like a tin marquee. And it just looks absolutely amazing. Super 3D marquee, really cool. So you can see that's pretty slick. It's good to go, guys, and it works 100%. It's really smooth. And again, every single game on the setup is going to throw a marquee because it will use the wheel art. So Frogger's got a high score. Donkey Kong Jr. has a high score. Donkey Kong, I think Hyperspin comes with like a high score dot file or some info, and it's already got that on there. Dig Dug. So you can see how that works. Anyways, we're going to get out of there. I want to show you another thing real quick as well. So there's some console systems. And again, this is going to be a work in progress for me. I'm going to really dig in deep on this and make it pretty for everybody. If you go to some of the console systems, there's a guy on the YouTubes. His name's Retro Humanoid. He's got some really good stuff, guys. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, go check him out. Subscribe. He's got 230 gigs of media that you can download for your Hyperspin setup, and it really makes it rich for Hyper Marquee. Obviously, we're good there now. And Hyper Pause. That's his main project. He's worked a ton on it, and he's done some really, really good stuff, guys. Anyways, I don't have a ton of time. But if you look here, you can see, I'm going to go to my favorites again. What Retro Humanoid has done is he's made some custom marquee place cards for his favorite console games. And I think I've got about 800 of these on our drive for us that Retro Humanoid has shared with everybody. Again, the guy shares a ton of stuff, and he does a ton of custom stuff, and it's awesome, guys. So you can see the dot files pulling for the info, the description on the games as well for Super Nintendo, as it should, like I said, for over 50 different systems. And looks pretty sweet. I got a lot of ideas for this. I'll share those, guys. Maybe Chris will be kind enough to start a thread, and I can answer any questions you guys have on this, help you out with it, as I've really been digging in on this, and give you some ideas on what to do with this, you know, on your arcade machine or your bar top. I've got a ton of ideas. Some are expensive, some are super ultra cheap, you know. I'll share all those with you. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. Enjoy. Cheers.